name is Stephanie. We're going to get started standing at the back of the mat today. In today's class, you may need 2 blocks. They're optional, as well as a Pilates ball. So if you have them, great. If you don't, that's okay. Just find a modification for the moves that we use it for. All right, standing at the back of your mat, you're going to reach the arms up overhead. And then bring the hands back down by your sides for your exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sides over the head. And then exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Forward fold, exhale. Fingertips will come down to the floor. Walk your hands forward and come down onto your knees. Cat and cow. Inhale, taking the gaze forward. And then exhale, rounding the spine, pull the belly button in, chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog, lifting your hips up. Walk your hands backwards to your toes. Roll up to stand, pull your belly button in. And then shoulder rolls. Bring the shoulders forward, up and back and down. We're going to inhale as they come up and exhale as you lower. Inhale and exhale. And then reverse your circle, going the other way. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. We're going to turn to the right, open the arms and bring them all the way down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms back up, turn to the left, and exhale, arms come all the way down by your sides. And then reach them back up, inhale, turn all the way to the right, lower the arms, exhale. Inhale, reaching up, turn to your left, and exhale. Inhale, reach, turn, exhale. Inhale, reach, turn, exhale. Inhale to center, forward fold, bend your knees, fingertips will come down to the floor. Walk your hands forward to plank, top of a push-up. You're going to lower down to your belly with control. You can bring the knees down to modify and slowly lower. Low cobras. So you're going to bring your feet together, toes and heels are touching. You're going to lift your head and shoulders. Try not to use your arms to push, just upper back strength. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Child's pose. Inhale, press up. Exhale, sitting the hips down towards your heels. Allow your forehead to rest down onto the mat. If it cannot touch, you can use your block underneath your forehead, or you can rest your forehead on your arms. You're going to roll your head from side to side, massaging out your forehead. You want to feel that compression of your forehead to your mat or onto your block. Downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, bending right knee, then left knee. right, and left, and right, and left. Coming back to center, walk your hands backwards to your feet and ragdoll. So you're going to have your knees as bent as you can so you can get your stomach and ribs to rest on your thighs. Relax your arms, let them hang or hold onto opposite elbows. Relax your neck. Walk the hands forward. Come down onto your knees with your knees together. Extend your right leg behind you. Keep the ball of the foot on the floor for a calf stretch. Gently press the heel towards the back wall, kind of doing a little shift of your body backwards. Shift, getting that calf foot stretch. And change. Left leg. Gently pressing the heel backwards, stretching through the calf. And release. Come down onto your forearms. You're going to allow your stomach to relax, creating a swayed back, tailbone up towards the ceiling. You're going to shift back to bring your hips to your heels. And then shift back forward. Shift back. And forward. Shift back. And forward. And here you're going to press really strongly into your forearms and then retract the shoulder blades together, coming lower towards the mat, relaxing through the upper back. Now press really strong, separating your shoulder blades and then retracting. So a little scapular work here. You're feeling the shoulder blades come together and press apart. Pressing firmly into the arms. You're going to go into a forearm plank, but just momentarily. So extend the feet back behind you and lower your hips down to the mat. Sphinx pose. Gaze comes forward. Relax your legs. A little shaky, shaky. Relax your tushy. And relax your belly. Pressing firm into the forearms to lift your chest a little higher. And lower down. Bring the hands back behind you. We're going to lift everything up into a swan dive. Building a little strength in the upper back, in the lower back, in your glutes. And then turning the palms up and turning the palms down. Rotating through the arm bone, the shoulder socket. Child's pose. Coming on to hands and knees for wag the tail. You're going to take your hips from side to side. And as you do that, see if you can look towards the hips. So if I take my hips to my right, I'm going to look to my right, see if I can see my right leg and hip. And then I'm going to twist or side bend the other way, looking for my left hip, looking over my shoulder. And switch. And switch. Downward facing dog, coming through center, curl your toes, lift up. Walk your feet forward and rise to stand. You're going to take a side bend, standing. So you're going to bring your right arm up over your head, bring your left hand to your hip, and reach up and over. and release. Other side. And release, switching to the side. And release, and switch. And release. We're going to eagle the arms. So you're going to bring your right arm underneath your left and crisscross at the elbows. Now, if you can also pretzel them up, bringing the palms to touch, great. If not, you can just hold on to opposite shoulders. You're going to take the arms gently up and gently down. You may be able to move it a whole lot, and you may be only be able to move them a half of an inch. Deep stretch in between your shoulder blades. The muscles that connect your shoulder blades to your arms. And release. Switch the arm, put the other arm underneath, and then see if you can crisscross, pretzels, up and down. This is eagle arm stretch. And release. Go wide with your feet. You're going to do a second position. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to reach your arm up over your head, take a side bend. Now you can come down onto the forearm. And then come through center and change. Either the hand to the thigh or forearm to the thigh. And come to center, wide-legged forward fold. So turn your toes parallel and bring your hands down to the floor. We're going to breathe here. So as you inhale, I want you to lengthen out your spine. And then exhale, soften, allow your head to come a little closer to the floor. You can bend your knees as you need here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen, straightening the arms. And exhale. 2 more times, inhale. And exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Make your way back to standing. And bring your feet together. We'll shake out. Hip rolls. So bringing right leg across the body, lift it and roll it around and then switch. And then stand hip width distance apart. You're going to bring your arms open to a T with the palms up. And then you're going to bring the arms forward, touch the pinkies together, and then open back up. And this, you can go a little bit further behind you. Nice. Bring them forward, pinkies to touch, and extend. Breathing. Inhale as you lift back. Exhale as you close in. Inhale, lift back. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Nice. Bring the arms down. Shoulder rolls. All right, you're going to turn your head to the right. Come to center and turn the head to the left. Come to center, bring the chin to the chest. Slight roll to the right. And center, slight roll to the left. And center, bring the head back up. Turn the head to the right. Tuck the chin. Bring the head back up. Turn all the way to the other side, looking left. And then tuck the chin. Coming back to center. chin forward. Now you're going to jet your lower jaw out, kind of like you're doing a kissing face or you're trying to underbite. And you're going to take your gaze up, take the chin up, stretching the front of the throat. And release. You're going to lift your right heel. Press the ball of the foot into the floor. You should feel the stretch in the bottom of the foot as well as through the toe joints themselves. And change. So try to keep the ball of the foot on the floor so that you are stretching out those toes. Bottom of the feet. And switch. And switch. Great. You're going to grab your blocks. You're going to take them to the top of your mat. You're going to move into a lunge. So the blocks are really there just to help give you some more height and support so you don't have to work so hard into your lunge. You're going to bring your right foot back, stacking your left knee over your left ankle, and then slowly bring the knee down to the mat and uncurl your toe. Then taking the gaze up will allow the hips to come a little more forward and deep. Then lifting the hips back up, curl the toe under, lift the back knee to your lunge, and you're going to change legs. So step forward. Left foot now steps back to a nice long lunge. And then slowly bring the knee down to the floor. Gaze comes up. You might notice that helps to deepen a little bit. And then lift the back knee and step forward. Step the right foot back to deep lunge once again. Lower the back knee down. And now we're going to add a twist. I'm going to change my block to a lower position. I'm going to do the right hand on the block. The left arm is going to reach up to the sky for a twist. Bring the hand behind your back, so lower the left arm down towards your hips and then bend at the elbow, creating a front shoulder stretch. And release. Going to bring your block back up. If you had it up, curl the back toe, lift the back knee, and change legs. So step the right foot forward, the left foot will step back to a nice long lunge, and then lower the back knee down and uncurl the toe. Your left block will come down, put the left hand on it. Right arm will reach up to the sky, creating a twist. So you're turning towards your front leg. And then bring your hand back behind. You're stretching the shoulder. You're doing great. And release. Arm comes up and down. Adjust your block. Step forward. All right, so we're going to keep the hands down on the blocks. You're going to step the right foot back about 3 feet, but keep your heel down. This is pyramid pose. So the legs ideally are straight, but if you need to bend the front knee, please do. We are going to take 3 deep breaths here. So as you inhale, into the lengthen the spine, and then exhale, see if you can come a little deeper into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthening, lifting up off of the leg, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, and fold. Change legs, step your right foot forward and step the left foot back about 3 feet. And then inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Little movements here, inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Step forward, and we're going to sit down onto our bums. So however, you got to get there. Gracefully? No, you can just fall over. Doesn't have to be graceful, you can just fall over. All right, let's sit with the legs straight out in front, continuing with some more hamstring stretching. Point your toes and sit up tall. Forward over the legs best you can. And slowly come back up. Here you're going to grab your ball. You're going to flex your feet. You're going to roll the ball to your feet. And maybe this is it. You can roll it up to the top of the feet. And then reach it more. And keep going more. And maybe you get it to the bottom of your feet. Maybe you get it all the way. Maybe you can keep the fingertips on it barely and get all the way in there. And roll out. Nice job. We're going to take the ball behind our backs here and right in the middle. You're going to lie backwards. And then you're going to take the hands to the head and lean yourself back. Little back bend. Adjust yourself as needed. And then slowly lift your head back up. Use your arms and your strong stomach. You're going to press yourself back up to seated. You're going to grab your ball. Bring it back in front. You're going to roll it again, rolling forward up to the toes. And maybe you go a little more, and little more, all the way. And then rolling it back, bringing it back, leaning back, hands to the back of the head, opening up that chest, getting the head, back of the head to touch down if you can, as well as your arms. And slowly come back up, strong abs, and roll all the way back up. Put your ball to the side. And roll onto your side. Whichever side fits you best. Pull the knees in tight. We're going to grab a hold of the top ankle. We're going to stretch the front of the thigh now. So top ankle, and you're going to start to kick backwards. Looking for a stretch in the quad. And then bring the knees back together for a spinal twist. So your legs stay there. Back of the head will come to the mat. And arms will open. Now the arms can be open to a T. They can be lowered down by your hips or by your legs in a low V. We're going to stay on the same side, so roll back to your starting position. You're going to grab a hold of the ankle, do the kick back quad stretch one more time. And then release. Your top leg, the one you were just holding on to, you're going to straighten it and bring it as close to your face as you can. And hold on to the foot or toe with your bottom arm. So if I'm lying on my right side, I'm going to be grabbing my left foot with my right arm. And if I'm on my left side, I'll have grabbing my right foot with my left arm. From here, you're going to spinal twist. Back of the head to the mat. And open out. And slowly releasing, coming back onto your starting side. Roll onto your belly. I know your head's going to be away from me. That's okay. Come onto your belly and into Sphinx. Hopefully you remember what side you were lying on, because you're going to roll now to the other side. So I was on my right, so I'm just going to keep rolling over and get on my left side. If you are on your left, you're going to roll over and onto your right. Pull the knees into your chest. Support your head with your bottom arm. Gonna grab your top ankle or foot, kicking back quad stretch. And release. Open to your spinal twist. Back of the head comes to the mat. And then slowly allowing the arms to open. Just noticing what you feel. And pay attention to your breathing. Try to have it nice and slow and steady. Coming back onto your starting side for another quad stretch. Grab a hold and gently kick back. And release. Straighten that top leg, grab a hold with your bottom arm. Grab a hold of your foot or your toe, and then move into your spinal twist. Slowly releasing your foot and roll back onto your belly. So coming back onto your side, just roll on over. Sphinx pose. If Sphinx pose works for you, you can go into full cobra, but if this is enough, stay here. Full cobra, you're going to bring your hands by your ribs, lift head and shoulders, and straighten your arms. Relax your legs and relax your tush. Relax your belly. Slowly lower down. Child's pose with your knees together. Press yourself up and allow your hips to set back towards your heels. Coming onto your belly for floor bow. So all the way down, bend your knees, grab a hold of your ankles or feet, and gently kick back and up. If this does not work for you, you can just do another Sphinx or just lay on your stomach. And release. Child's pose with your knees close together. Now you're going to make yourself into a small ball. So pull the elbows closer to your knees. Rounding the spine, pull the belly button in. See how close you can get your forehead or your nose towards your knees. Downward facing dog. And pedal the feet right and left. Right and left. And one more time, right and left. Walk your feet forward and rise back up to standing. Ooh, turn back to face the front if you haven't. You're still facing the back side. Nice job. Clasp the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the knuckles down, front chest stretch. You're going to bring your chin to your chest. Head comes back up. Turn your head to the right. Come back to center and to the left. And center. Eagle arms, once again, crossing the right elbow over, crisscross, and then moving them up and down. Maybe the second round, you might find there's a little more mobility than you had on the first set. And release, other side. And release. You're going to tip your head to the right, bringing the ear towards the shoulder. It's not, may not touch, more than likely it shouldn't. You're going to flex your left fingers, pushing that left hand down slightly towards the ground to intensify your stretch. And release. Other side, you're going to tip it to the side. Get into that stopping position, and then flexing the right fingers up towards the sky and press the heel down, stretching a little bit more through the neck. And release. We're going to do that again, but now we're going to add the arm raise. So tip your head to the right, flexing your left hand, press the heel down towards the mat, and slowly bring the arm out to the side. Keep your head the same. You're going to feel a deep stretch in the forearm. Maybe you stop here, maybe you go a little higher. All depends on what you got tight there. Oh. And release. Head comes back up to center, and then tip the head to the left. Flex your right hand and press the heel down towards the ground. And then slowly bringing it up towards the ceiling, keeping it straight. Keep flexing those fingers back. Find that good stretch for you and find the stopping point. Slowly, hand comes down, head comes back up, chin to chest. Pull the belly button in and roll all the way down. Soften your knees. Downward facing dog. Pigeon pose. Your right leg is going to lift and then bring your right knee near your right wrist. And then slide your left foot back. That way you can get your entire right hip down onto the floor best you can. From here, you're going to take a breath in, and on your exhale, walk your fingers forward, coming down onto your forearms. And then relax your head. You can either put your head on your mat, on your forearms, or on a block. Either way, you want to really feel like you've got your hip down on the ground. So adjust your back leg or adjust your legs so you can sit your right cheek onto the floor. And then let's breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Looks good. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and breath out. All right, you're going to press your hands up. You're going to stay in this position, and you're going to look to bend your back knee, see if you can grab your foot. Keep the arms straight. So this is a twist. So I'm turning to my left. Yeah. There it is. Some people might have very flexible quads, so you might be able to start to bend in the elbow, bringing the foot a little closer. Just remember, you want to find it where you feel a little sensation, but you don't want to be so uncomfortable that you feel like something's going to snap on you. All right. Doesn't that feel good? This is a goodie. And slowly release. Downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lift, and then sliding it forward, coming close to your left hand and wrist, and then walking your right leg back further so that you can sit down all the way onto that left butt cheek. And then taking your time, walking the hands down, coming onto the forearms, and then relax your head, relax your shoulders, taking that tension out. Breathing in and breathing out. Hear yourself breathe. They call that Ujjayi breath. It's a constriction of the back of the throat. It creates an oceanic sound. And the research studies have shown that the sound of the ocean can be very relaxing, bringing you into a meditative state. Using that breath into where you feel the sensations, whether it's in your knees or your hips or your back. The more you can breathe and release into that area that you feel, the more your body will open. And then slowly lift your head, walk your hands back and see what you can do on this side. Maybe you can grab it, maybe you can't. I always like to hold here with the arms straight for a little while first to let the body say, what are you doing? And then once it says, oh, okay, you're doing that, then you can start to pull it in a little bit more. And breathe. And slowly release. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward and gracefully land back onto your seat. We're going to do Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet are together and the knees are going to open up. Sitting up tall. Tuck the chin. Slight roll to the right. And slight roll to the left. Coming back to center and lift the head up. Keeping as flat back as you can, you're going to hinge forward, maybe walk the hands out. And then slowly come back up. You're going to turn to the long edge of your mat, whichever way you want to face. You're going to do the double L stretch. So you sit in the middle of your mat, facing the long side. That way you have plenty of mat on your sides. Okay. Let's bring the right leg out in front and the left leg behind. So your knee is bent in front of you at a 90-degree angle, like an L shape, and then your left leg is pushed back behind you and in a 90-degree angle at the knee and the hip. You're going to bring yourself down onto your right forearm, and then left arm is going to reach up over your head towards your ear. And then lift up, and then you're going to twist. Bring the forearm down onto the mat. And the further that you move your hands and your head towards the back side of you, okay, the further back you go with your head, the more stretch you'll feel. Coming back to center and walk your hands up, turning to face this way. Keep the legs here and you're going to fold over the legs. This is another pigeon variation, folding over the front leg. Come down onto your forearms. Yeah, you're going to come down onto the wood floor. You'll survive. And then slowly press yourself back up. And we're going to sweep the legs to the other side. So swoop them around. Swoop. That's a good word. Swoop them around. All right, we're going to start with the side stretch. So if your left leg is in front, you're going to come down onto the left forearm. But if your right leg is in front, you're going to come onto your right forearm. And then you're going to reach the arm up over the head for a side stretch. So if you can come down into the forearm, guys, in the back, on the back row there, come down to your forearm. That will be good stuff. And then twisting, bringing the forearm down to the mat. So now you got both forearms, almost like you're doing a forearm plank. And the more you move your head backwards, away from the front of your mat, the more stretch you'll feel in your side. Might feel it in your lower back, you might feel it along your rib cage, might feel it in the hip. It just depends on where you got tightness. Coming back to center and press yourself up. And then you're going to walk your hands straight forward onto the wood floor, folding over this hip, this leg. And slowly press yourself back up. You're going to need your ball for the final little segment of class. You're going to lie on your back. You're going to lift your hips up high to place your ball underneath your bum. Once you get it there, both legs will go up into the air. Flex your feet and you're going to open to a wide V, a nice inner thigh stretch. The wider the legs, the better. Just let them hang. That's right. That's right. The ball makes it all a little different, doesn't it? So small stabilizer muscles are working here. I know the earth really feels like it's moving quite fast, doesn't it? You can feel how fast we're swinging around in the air. And then bring the legs back together. Bend the knees into your chest. You need to hold onto your ball so it doesn't go popping out. That would be fine. One more time, both legs straight up into the air, flexing your feet open to a wide V. You can bend your knees a little bit if you can get a little deeper into it with a little softness in the knees. Then slowly bring the legs back together. Bend the knees into your chest. Place your feet back down onto the mat. Your right leg, you're going to straighten it up into the air and then slowly lower it down to the mat. And then bend the knee, place the foot onto the floor. Left leg's going to lift up to the ceiling and then slowly lower it down to the mat. And slowly bring the legs back underneath you. Lift your hips up high so you can remove your block or your ball. Happy baby. Draw your knees in wide. Hold onto your feet. Windshield wipers, final stretch. So feet are going to go wide on the mat, maybe even off your mat. You're going to roll your knees towards the right side. The left knee is going to go towards the foot of the mat. You're looking for a stretch in the front thigh. And then slowly rolling opposite side. Coming back to center, heel toe your feet together. Draw both knees into your chest. Pull your forehead close to your knees, make yourself into a small ball. And lower down. Extending everything long on the mat for your final pose, Shavasana. Your arms can be where they are most comfortable for you, whether they be over your head, out to the sides, or down by your hips. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Deep breath in and exhale out. Deep breath in and exhale out. Allowing all tensions to just melt away. Allow the body to be supported by the floor. Relax your jaw, separate your lips. Flex your feet, tightening up your thighs. Full body stretch. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. And then exhale, release. Arms will come back down by your sides, palms face the floor. Bend your knees to place your feet up onto the floor. Lift your hips up into a bridge. Squeezing the tushy will help reset sacrum. It also reactivates the largest muscle group. And slowly lower down. Draw your knees into your chest. Feeling the entire spine flat on the floor. Either rolling onto your side to press yourself up or rock and roll forward and back on your spine. Come to a seated position. Guys, thank you so much for coming to Stretch and Restore Recover. Thank you, thank you. Oh, good, good. Do you have a favorite move today?